Unless you're getting money back from Uncle Sam, you might be dreading tax season just a little bit. Well, many people actually avoid filing their tax return because they are unable to pay the amount due. But there is help in the way of Rachel Pappy with Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Rachel, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
It's really quite a relief to hear that there is help, because sometimes people don't even file their taxes, am I right? Because they're so afraid to go to somebody.
Right, absolutely. So too many people don't file their taxes because they're scared. I owe money on this tax return and I can't pay it. What should I do? I want to tell them two things. One, not filing their tax return is criminal. The IRS may look at them for criminal tax evasion and see if they have been trying to evade from the IRS. But more importantly, if you don't file your taxes, the IRS will file for you, and they won't claim your deductions, they won't give you any credits, they won't give you any exemptions. It'll be in the highest tax bracket, either single or married filing separate, so you'll end up paying more in taxes, and the penalties and interest that accrue will be even higher.
Will you even realize that's happening?
They will send a letter to your last address of record, which will be it could be where you lived 10 years ago when you last filed a tax return. It's not the IRS's job to find you. They just have to file the return and send you a letter to whatever address they have of record.
Okay, so sometimes you may not even find out about it until years later.
Right, and the important thing about that is also they can move forward to levy your bank accounts without you getting actual notice, on the same premise that they could be sending those letters to their address that they have on record because you didn't file a return, or maybe you didn't tell them you moved. They've sent you their letters that they need to send, but you didn't know that you had received them or they'd been sent, and so you get your bank account wiped out.
And of course they're in the clear,
yeah,
right? They're
absolutely.
in the clear. They're in the clear. Okay, so there is help, because it's so reassuring to hear that there is help out there. There are options. First of all, let me ask you this: what's the average people owe, or is that it varies for everybody?
It varies, right? Okay. So from $100 that I can't pay because I don't have the money in my bank account to we've represented people who owe millions.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay,
millions.
So how do people get in a situation where they owe all that money and maybe not even realize it?
Right. So it's usually one of three ways. Usually they're a business owner and maybe the industry's taken a downturn, they lost their biggest contract, a number of things with business owners. Usually they're waiting on payments from clients and customers that aren't paying them. Sometimes they're self-employed, like a realtor. A realtor might make a lot of money in January and then live on it all year round, not make anything else. Well, when taxes are due in April, they just don't have the money to pay the taxes on what they made last January. And a third way is W-2 individuals who only get W-2 paychecks. They may reduce how much is taken out in taxes from their paycheck, so their net check that they get is more, but then they'll end up owing when tax returns are due.
Okay, so how do people get hold of you? Because you can help these people. Where can we call and make an appointment to see you?
Yeah, absolutely. They can email me directly at rachel@polstontax.com. They can go to our website at www.polstontax.com, and on there are all of our numbers that they can reach us at, and we're always available for free consultations. We can talk about your options. The most important thing is that they should have hope. I have too many people come in that say, I was suicidal, I've been hiding this from my spouse, and I think that this situation's hopeless.
Are you local?
We have offices all across the country. We help clients nationwide.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, so let me ask you this, because we still have a little bit of time. How can you help? What can people do in this situation?
Yeah, so there's installment agreements. So one thing you should know is that the IRS can collect on those taxes for 10 years. There's a statute of limitation that runs for 10 years from when those taxes are assessed, which is also why you should file right away.
Okay.
File right away, that statute of limitation starts. If you enter into a payment plan, it's going to be over 10 years, but that you may not end up paying all of it, even in a payment plan, because it's based on what you can afford. Another option is a settlement. A lot of people here you can settle your taxes with the IRS. We have more settlements approved every month than I can even count. Really? Settlements for $25 and $100 and $1,000 on hundreds of thousands of dollars owed. And it's again based on how much you're able to afford to the IRS.
But let's be clear, this is something that I'm assuming you can't do on your own.
We have a lot of clients.
That sounds so complicated.
Right. Yeah. So myself and my law partner, we were both accountants before we became attorneys, and we have a number of CPAs and attorneys in our firm that are able to navigate tax code. I'm not saying that you have to be an attorney or a CPA to navigate tax code, but we definitely have a lot of experience behind us.
I don't even want to think about having to do all that on my own, Rachel, because it really does sound so complicated, and that's why you leave these things to the experts. So give her a call. The number's on your screen, and the website is also on the screen. Make an appointment. Don't be scared for tax season, because it's worse, as Rachel said, to not do it at all.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, get it filed.
Get it filed. She'll help you. Okay, thank you so much, Rachel. So nice to meet you. Lots of great information.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back with this week's Education Matters, everybody. Stick around.